Have you ever bumped into a table and immediately said sorry to it? Or apologized right before asking a perfectly reasonable question? Maybe you even feel the need to apologize for simply taking up space in a room. If you find yourself constantly saying sorry for things completely out of your control, you aren't broken, and this isn't happening because you're weak. Your brain has actually learned to use that word as an emotional shield, deflecting potential conflict to keep you safe. Before we look closer at why this happens, a quick reminder. Our mission here is to make psychology easier to understand, more compassionate, and a little less lonely to explore. If our videos help you feel seen, please consider subscribing. Now, let's break down exactly why you over-apologize and how you can gently start to reclaim your voice. Stopping this cycle starts with recognizing that constant apologizing is a learned protective habit. It is a mechanism your brain built to survive, not a defect in who you are. One of the primary drivers behind chronic apologizing is growing up in an unpredictable environment or enduring severe emotional hardship. We map this nervous system adaptation on a flowchart. Psychologists call this fawning, a survival strategy to avoid conflict. When your brain detects a threat, it mirrors expectations to diffuse tension. Taking the blame and over-apologizing becomes an automatic loop to keep the peace. For a nervous system stuck in this mode, saying sorry is never an admission of actual guilt. It is a tactical de-escalation tool. Beyond past trauma, chronic people-pleasers often carry a misplaced sense of responsibility for the negative emotions of everyone around them. If someone in the room is upset, you experience an intense wave of guilt, even if their mood has absolutely nothing to do with you. You are so invested in their comfort that saying sorry becomes an automatic reflex. It acts as an immediate lever to manage their emotions and fix the tension in the air before it gets worse. This outward people-pleasing is almost always paired with an internal feeling of inadequacy, making the simple act of asserting yourself trigger a massive spike in guilt. Deep down, you have internalized the belief that your own needs, thoughts, and preferences are simply less important than the needs of others. When you express your opinions, ask for help, or try to set a boundary, it feels like a transgression. Voicing those true thoughts triggers a deep sense of shame. These pressures condition you to believe you must constantly shrink yourself down, taking up as little space as possible just to secure love and acceptance. Gently breaking this cycle doesn't happen overnight. It requires deliberate, conscious shifts in your communication and your emotional regulation. The first step is implementing the pause. The next time you feel the urge to automatically take the blame for something that isn't your fault, just let the moment sit. Force your mind to catch up to your emotions before rushing to fix the tension. Visualize shifting conversational energy with this scale between guilt and appreciation. Change the dynamic by replacing apologies with gratitude. Instead of saying, "I'm sorry for talking so much," try, "Thank you for listening." Instead of, "Sorry I'm late," try, "Thank you for your patience." This simple swap shifts the interaction from a place of deficit to a place of connection. Over time, it trains your brain that you do not need to be sorry for existing. This shift does more than change your vocabulary. It changes your perspective. By refusing to apologize for your own space, you start to build the healthy boundaries that ensure your own needs are actually met. You are a deeply compassionate person. Your kindness should never require you to constantly erase yourself, and you never have to apologize for having feelings. Do you catch yourself saying sorry when you haven't done anything wrong? Share your stories in the comments below. Your words might help someone else realize they're not alone. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more psychology made beautifully human. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.